Hello everyone and welcome to There's a New Tank Available Somehow, so here's a new video, woo! Today I will be talking to you about Frosty. Frosty is the December Battle Pass tank, and honestly I absolutely love the name, as well as just the whole camo and the way that it looks. Because if you add the camo that you get later on in the pass, it's actually called Frosty Jingle Bell, and that just makes it all the better. Now, Frosty is a Tier 6 USA light tank, and it's based of course on the M24 Chaffee, which really looks the same. There's few minor differences like with every Battle Pass tank, like for instance the DPM of the Frosty is 1788, where it is 1726 for the Chaffee. They both have a pen of 135, they both have an alpha of 160, the rate of fire is just slightly higher for the Frosty at 11.17, where it is 10.79 for the Chaffee, which means that the reload is 5.37 for the Frosty and 5.56 for the Chaffee. They both have a caliber of 76 and they both have a shell velocity of 975. They both have an aim timer of 2.01. The dispersion is 0.355 for Frosty, where it is 0.374 for the Chaffee. They both have 10 degrees gun depression, 15 degrees gun elevation, and an aiming arc of 180 degrees. Going forwards, Frosty is slightly faster at 60 km per hour, where the Chaffee goes to 56 km per hour, but they both go 21 km per hour backwards. Engine power, Frosty is 420, for the Chaffee that is 400, and that means that the power to weight ratio is just slightly better for the Frosty. The camo rating while standing still is 27%, while moving that stays 27%, and after shooting that drops to 6%. The view range for the Chaffee is 250, where it is the same for the Frosty. The HP is the same at 900, and the weight is 19.59 for the Frosty, where it is 19.61 for the Chaffee, which is like negligible really. And the turret armor is 40 in the front, 25 on the sides and 25 in the rear, which is the same for the Chaffee. And the whole armor is 25 in the front, 25 on the sides and 20 in the rear, where it is 19 in the rear for the Chaffies. That's like massive amount of difference of 1. So basically it's very much a Chaffee, and it plays a lot like the Chaffee, and it's just a Chaffee with slightly better DM. And I kind of like it. The Chaffee is a fun tank. The only thing that I kind of dislike about it is the way that the gun handles. Like, I've had quite a few games. The first, 6 in a row I lost. And those were just not games that I wanted to show off. So you don't see those in this video. Because they just weren't any good. I just got absolutely wrecked very quickly. Because I always try to be a bit forwards. Just to make things work. And then I had this game and I was like, oh, that's not bad. And the game before that I show after this, I had actually before this game. And actually really liked that. Even though it was a pretty campy game, that one. But you'll see that. But overall, it is a Chaffee. It is a fun little tank. It is a sneaky little tank. And as long as people don't shoot you, you'll be absolutely fine. It's very light, no armor. It's quite mobile. The thing that I like least though is the gun handling. Because basically there's so many times where I've just tried to shoot people and it just didn't work out, and then I tried to shoot them some more and the shot would either bounce or just basically get far away from them, go over them, or just not hit at all in one way or another, bounce, whatever. It was kind of frustrating. Like in this case, my shots mostly went in, but you will see in the other game as well that I've had some shots that were like, what, how did that just happen? But even if you do not like the Chaffee, of course, there's that option. You could always just get the pass for everything else that is in there, because you get gold, you get free XP, you get camos. And to be fair, in December those are going to be Christmas camos. And even though I'm generally a bit of a bah humbug kind of person, I like the wrong side of Christmas, like the knitted sweaters by grandma, that sort of stuff, and the gaudy things and the gaudy looks and all of that. And I like snowmen. Yes, I would love to build a snow panzerwaffle, and all of that together makes me quite hyped for this battle pass, because I think it's going to be great fun. And if this is anything to go by, I love the way that this little thing looks, even if it is frustrating to drive, and even if the gun handling isn't quite the way I want it to. This was one of those weird games where it worked absolutely beautifully for me, so there's that as well, I suppose. So yeah, I'm quite hyped to see what other camouflages are in the Battle Pass, because the graphics department has been doing such a fabulous job this year that basically the expectations are high, let's put it that way. and I can't wait to see what they've got in store for us with this battle pass, but also later on. But yeah, to focus back on the little Chaffee tank that we've got here, this is one of those things where there's been so many great shots this battle, and even though I'm camping most of the game, it starts with this, and I'm just like, oh, that went in easily enough. So I decide to peek a bit more. I do lose some health, and then that shot goes way over for no reason whatsoever. And it just continuously like that. There have been shots where, I mean, I kind of get why that one missed. This one went in just fine. But overall, I've just had so many derpy shots in this tank, even though it shouldn't be this bad, but the gun handling just kind of feels awful. And it's kind of confusing me because I kind of expected better when you have a little cheeky mobile tank like this. And now I need to start being careful because I'm losing too much HP and I just get too eager and I want to get the damage in and I want to get all my shots in. So I decided to just peek a little bit in another way. I have a rule of there which apparently I'm not allowed to damage, which is not really helping either. And I'm very careful with not getting spotted here. And basically, like this whole game, I'm mainly just camping, but I am getting the shots in, and I am getting the damage in, and it's working out. So I was like, yeah, I'll just roll with it, because I had quite a lot of bad games in this tank before I got this game. And this is actually the one I decided to end on, mainly because of the little golden men at the end. But it's not that great a game. That being said, though, I think that if you have a tune of these, it can be absolutely awful, like for the reds, I mean. That is, of course, assuming that you actually get to hit every target that you shoot at, which for some reason for me this time worked a lot better over large distances than actually up close in other battles. Like, I had these really weird shots where it just wasn't working out, and I'm not sure if that was a server derping or if that is basically just the gun handling, but it did definitely feel like the gun handling. And then, of course, you also have shots like this, where I'm like, how did that even go in? I know where I hit him in the cheek, but I really shouldn't have penned that. So that's basically the biggest pro and con about this little tank. It looks amazing, it looks adorable, I love the whole camo stuff. And then you have the gun handling that is either going to work strangely in your favor or absolutely against you, and you're like, I wish I'd never gotten this. Of course, there is the name as well, Frosty Jingle Bell, does sound absolutely amazing, and I'm quite a fan of that. It was actually quite a boring game, but it worked out, so like I said, I just went with it, and I decided to show it mainly because this was one of the weirdest games where shots across distance were working just fine, when I had instances where it didn't work at all up close and personal in other battles. So yeah, that's basically this little tank. That is the way that it performs. I hope gun handling will work better for you, or RNG will, I don't know. This is the way that it looks without the camo that you get after. So this is just the Frosty. And even then it looks really nice and cute. But then you add the camo and it becomes the Frosty Jingle Bell. And it just adds that little bit of extra oomph. And you get that little lovely sort of like clover at the back, and you have like the little glowy effect, and you got like all the snowflakes and the snow effects, and I really like it. So that's my little review of this tank. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Happy holidays everyone, and I'll see you guys for the 10 days of Christmas. Bye bye.